Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the greatest modern artists who became either instant idols or took years to get there.
I'm that bad type, make your mama sad type, make your girlfriend mad type, might seduce your dad type.
Number 5. Lorde, Breakout.
I've never seen a diamond in the flesh. I cut my teeth.
This New Zealand-born singer signed with the label in 2009, then worked with producer Joel Little to create her first EP, released in 2013. On it was the track Royals, which became one of 2013's best-selling songs.
And we'll never be royals. It's a running our blood. That kind of love.
Few debut singles are as successful as it has been. Even after releasing 3 more albums, it's still her most well-known track. It led to a bidding war between labels, as she was an A-list pop star by 2013's conclusion. Of course, she isn't a one-hit wonder. She's released a discography full of adored music, allowing her to maintain the momentum created by Royals.
'Cause on the aisle, come get my things, but I can't let go. I'm waiting for it, that green light.
Number 5. Mitsky, Took Years. In 2012, Lush was released, the first album by Mitsky. She kept releasing albums at a consistent rate, but they just didn't become popular. This began to change when her song Francis Forever was featured in Adventure Time in 2016.
I don't think I could stand to be where you don't see me.
A year later, she began opening for Lorde. In 2018, her record Be the Cowboy dropped, which was her first album to chart. In the subsequent years, TikTok made her even more famous, and now she's one of the biggest alternative pop stars. She was even nominated for an Oscar in 2023, and getting a ticket for her shows is a nightmare. Number 4. Dua Lipa, Breakout. This English singer began making music in 2014, and now she has won 7 Brit Awards and 3 Grammys. After starting her career as a model, the pivot to music proved to be an excellent decision. Her debut album was released in 2017 and spawned 3 huge singles, earning her the 2018 Brit Award for Breakthrough Act. Many wondered if she could keep the momentum, but her 2020 album, Future Nostalgia, was even more lucrative.
Am I falling in love with the one that could break my heart? Oh no, I was doing better alone.
In 2023, she composed a tune for the Barbie soundtrack and also briefly appeared in the picture. Lipa is surprisingly down to earth for a pop star too, regularly interviewing authors for her book club, who are often stunned by her interviewing talents.
It makes me so happy when, I meet my readers and they sort of have learned how to say, "How are you" in Igbo? Kedu.
Yeah, Kedu.
Well done!
Number 4. Little Simz, Took Years.
I hate the thought of just being a burden. I hate that these conversations are surfaced. Sim's an artist or Sim be the person.
This British rapper dropped her debut album in 2015, and while it was praised, it didn't make her a big name. Well, it impressed Kendrick Lamar, who said she was his favourite rapper. She released follow-up LPs in 2016 and 2019, building up her fan base with each one. Her 4th release, Sometimes I Might Be Introvert, was considered by many to be 2021's best album.
Said I do as I want, I do as I like, I know watch face, I know fear nobody.
This was the moment Little Simz was finally on top of the rap game, and she's not lost tempo since. Her 2 follow-up albums have also been widely acclaimed, and it doesn't look like she intends to slow down anytime soon.
Hat low, incognito living. Introvert, but she ain't timid. My art will be timeless, I don't do limits.
Number 3. Olivia Rodrigo, Breakout.
I know we weren't perfect, but I've never felt this way for no one.
before Rodrigo released her 2021 debut album Sour, she was already relatively famous. She was a regular on the two Disney shows, Biographies and High School Musical, the series. Still, she was primarily known among children. That all changed with the immense success of Sour. Few debut albums are as instantly successful as hers was. It was the first debut to spawn 2 #1 singles and shattered all kinds of records. Rodrigo's rise to fame is easily one of the most meteoric of the century, and it'll likely take years for someone to break her records. Number 3. Charli XCX. Took years. In 2014, Charli became famous for a handful of tracks like Boom Clap and Fancy, alongside Iggy Azalea. She didn't manage to maintain this momentum and pivoted to creating experimental hyperpop. This music was widely considered the genre's finest, but made her a semi-underground pop star for many years. Cute, sexy, and my ride sporty. Those slugs know they can't catch me. Many thought Charli's peak was behind her, but this couldn't be further from the truth. Her 2022 album Crash was her first UK #1 LP. Then its follow-up, Brat, literally defined the summer of 2024. Now she's considered one of the biggest pop stars around. Other musicians should look up to her for her confidence to experiment.
360, when you're in the mirror, do you like what you see? When you're in the mirror, you're just looking at me. I'm everywhere, I'm so Julia.
Brat Summer is likely going to be studied and remembered fondly for decades. Number 2. Lady Gaga, Breakout. If you remember the late 2000s, you certainly have memories of Lady Gaga's mind-blowing rise to stardom. She was signed to a label in 2007, then released The Fame a year later. By the end of the decade, it felt like her music was being played on all corners of the earth. She's since released multiple solo and soundtrack albums over the years, reinventing her sound constantly, making her one of the most refreshing singers in pop. Lady Gaga doesn't have one clearly defined peak. She's been sitting on top of pop for over 15 years now and is likely to remain there. Number 2. Chappell Roan, Took Years. Casual fans of Roan will be surprised to hear she started her career in 2013. She started uploading music to YouTube, then was signed by Atlantic Records in 2015. Unfortunately, they dropped her in 2020 after releasing just one EP, as it wasn't successful enough. She later signed with Island Records, which released her first album, The Rise and Fall of a Midwest Princess.
Down at the Pink Pony Club.
Roan had worked on this album for several years, but it wasn't instantly successful. However, roughly a year after the album's release, the single Good Luck Babe suddenly started topping charts globally. It became the perfect example of a sleeper hit, and we can't wait to see what she releases next.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1. Billie Eilish, Breakout.
You really know how to make me cry when you give me those ocean eyes.
This Californian singer released her first single, Ocean Eyes, in 2015, then an EP in 2017. Both were acclaimed, but she was still semi-niche. Well, that all changed with her 2019 debut album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? It was an absurdly popular release, earning a ton of awards and making her a household name.
I'm the bad guy.
Duh.
She's released 2 albums since and even composed an Oscar-winning song for a James Bond film. Eilish was propelled into the highest league of pop stars almost overnight, causing her concerts to sell out in literal seconds. Number 1. Sabrina Carpenter, Took Years.
Think about me every night, oh, isn't that sweet? I guess so. Say you can't sleep, baby, I know that's that me.
You could be forgiven for thinking Espresso was Carpenter's debut single, as it was the track that made her a household name. She began her career as a character in the Disney series Girl Meets World, but unlike fellow Disney star Rodrigo, her debut album hardly made a splash. Espresso surprisingly comes from her 6th album, Short and Sweet.
Yes, I know I'm nothing to do for you. Yes, that morning coffee booty for you. Yes, I'm touching up brand new for you.
Her first 4 albums were all barely successful, and it wasn't until her 2022 5th LP that her music started selling well. Now she's pretty much as famous as a pop star can get, with her 7th album similarly topping the charts.
Man, child, why you always come running on me?
Were there any potential entries you think should be on the list? Let us know in the comments section.